Hi friends, my name is Denise Bayron. I am the designer behind Bayron Handmade, and today I'm here to share with you a facial covering or bandana that I've designed during this global pandemic we now know as COVID-19. Just recently, the CDC recommended that all citizens should be wearing face coverings when we leave our homes, when we go to the grocery store, or leave our house for exercise, and things of that nature. So I've been wearing it for several weeks to test it for my personal walking around the neighborhood for a little fresh air and mental health refresh. Also, even during vigorous exercise. I've also shared it with my friends who are sewists. So they've made it, they've tested it, given me feedback. And so now that I've come up on a final version, I'm ready to share it with you. First, let's see what it looks like. So it is a small bandana with ties. So what makes it different is that it doesn't have bottom ties, meaning you can breathe really well underneath the fabric, but the quilted cotton acts as a filter to keep your personal fluids to yourself. It is not meant, by the way, to substitute a surgical face mask. It's simply meant to keep your business under the mask to yourself. Now, what makes it different? It doesn't have bottom ties. Also, I use no bias binding and no elastic. There's no metal piece at the nose. It's simply a piece of cotton that you can tie around your face, and it looks like this. Let's talk about the construction of this bandana. I have intentionally made it using no bias binding and no elastic. Now, bias binding can be fiddly to make. It also uses a lot of fabric. When we cut fabric at a 45-degree angle, we can create a lot of waste. And my goal is that you'll be making this bandana for yourself, for your neighbors, and your loved ones, and that you'll be making multiple versions of it. So I have cut the tie on the cross grain to help you save fabric. Also, in terms of elastic, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and talked to a lot of my sewist and maker friends who are making masks at home, and they've made them using elastic worn around the ear. Their feedback is that the elastic isn't adjustable, and therefore they feel over time they feel some pressure in these areas that is not adjustable. So my bandana is entirely adjustable because you can just tie it on the back of your head and adjust it as you need. I have found that to be extremely helpful when I'm doing exercise here. I've been climbing the hills in my neighborhood in California, and as I'm sweating and climbing the hills, I've been able to, without touching my face, I've been able to adjust the ties so that I can adjust my level of comfort when I'm breathing heavily. To be clear, if you are sewing masks to donate to your local hospital, this is not the pattern for you. This is not meant to replace a surgical mask, an N95. If you're walking around the neighborhood and you want to comply with covering your face and being able to breathe comfortably while doing so, and you're using it for exercise as I am, this is the pattern for you. It'll do the job. One of my friends joked that she could sip with a straw underneath the mask because it doesn't have ties on the bottom. So there are benefits to using this pattern and to wearing it in your local community if you are not a medical professional. But if you're making it for medical professionals, go somewhere else. Find another pattern. There are a lot of them on the market. Okay? Okay. The last thing I want to say is thank you for your support as a small business owner. I appreciate your support. This is a free pattern for you to make and use however you need. But as a small business owner, I did want to say thank you for your support. And lastly, thank you for making this pattern and making this face covering to help flatten the curve and to care for those in our communities who are immunocompromised or are elderly, are sick. Thank you for making the effort to stay home, and when you're not staying home, wearing a face covering. I hope you are well. I'm wishing you good health and safety wherever you are. Again, my name is Denise, and I hope that this pattern is helpful to you in some way.